Starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Mississippi is on the way to reopening. Governor Tate Reeves' Safer at Home order allows some retail stores to open for business under new restrictions. Our Stephanie Poole visits a few local shops today. She joins us now live with more. Stephanie?
That's right, Joey. It's been 2 months since the shelter-in-place order closed several shops around the community, like Hallmark here in Columbus. But now the wait is over. Employees have been working hard to prepare their shops for customers.
It's just wonderful to be able to come back out and just, as long as everybody keeps their distance like they're supposed to and follows the guidelines, I think it's great.
Angela McCabe is glad to be back in her happy place. She says after spending countless days inside, being back in her favorite store feels good.
I just wish I had $1 million to spend. That's how excited I am. Everything I see, I want, and it's just, this is just a great store and great people, and I've just missed it.
In his Safer at Home order, Governor Tate Reeves authorizes businesses to open, but under specific capacity restrictions. Stores can allow 50% capacity or less for shoppers. Robin Bounds owns Robin's Unique Boutique in Aberdeen. She's making sure her customers have a safe way to shop.
All my employees are wearing masks, and all of it, we got a hand sanitizer at the door when you come in. We ask them to use that. We want everybody to feel safe, and you know, you're going to have a lot of people wanting to shop online with us right now, but they're going to start gradually coming in.
And Susan's Hallmark in Columbus is following a similar procedure.
We've got marked off in the store where you have to stay 6 feet from other customers, respect their space too. We also have hand sanitizer available. We're cleaning ever so often. We're keeping the doors wiped down, the shelves wiped down.
Manager Shirley McAdams says she hopes everyone will continue to use this protocol so businesses can keep their doors open.
Well, it's kind of exciting for us to get back because we've not worked any, since we closed down, but it's been so far busy this morning. We've had several customers. It's been kind of rough because you can only do so much and so much at home, so we're just glad to be back, and we're just glad to help anybody any way we can.
Governor Tate Reeves says all businesses must follow the Safer at Home order if they choose to reopen. Having cleaning supplies and masks for every customer is required, and this order will be effective until May 11th. For now, reporting live in Columbus, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
Now, not all businesses are cleared to open just yet. Among those still closed by the governor's order are gyms. But in Pontotoc, one did open despite the regulation. WCBI's Allie Martin has more on the message owners are hoping to send.
Just hours after the governor's latest order, the owners of 300 Fitness in Pontotoc made a Facebook post promising the gym would be open Monday morning. On Monday morning, members showed up to work out, and the authorities also paid a visit.
Enough is enough.
That's how Wesley Bray and his business partner Ryan Bramlett feel about the latest executive order that stated gyms still could not open. Bray and Bramlett knew they were defying the governor's order, and they were not surprised when the police showed up and issued a citation.
Local law enforcement, told us that they would be looking to come in and, asking, everybody to leave to clear the building, regardless, even if we're open or not. So at this point, it's just something we're trying to weigh. Even though we can open the doors and stay open, we can't keep local law enforcement out, and we can't keep them, from basically asking, members and to leave.
Pontotoc Police Chief Randy Tudor says he knows how local businesses have been impacted by the executive orders. However, he says it is his duty to enforce the law.
I'm really concerned with the plight of our small businesses, but again, I can't pick and choose what laws that we enforce. And so when things change, get back to normal, we'll go from there, but right now I've got to go with the letter of the law.
Both Bray and Bramlett say they understand the chief's position, but they also feel it's important to send a message.
Stand up for your rights. If you're at home going broke, don't just sit there. Get out and do what you've got to do to provide for you and your family.
The owners of 300 Fitness have generated a lot of response because of their stand. They're hoping other small business owners will take similar action. In the meantime, authorities say they will continue enforcing the laws. In Pontotoc, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
The gym owners are charged with violating an executive order. The charge is a misdemeanor and will go through city court. Starkville residents will now have to wear a face mask when out shopping. Aldermen approved the resolution in a 5-2 vote today. Employees and shoppers at businesses open to the public will be required to wear masks. Kids under the age of 6 will not be required to wear one. The new rule will start tomorrow at 8 a.m. and continue until May 11th. The board also voted to continue the city's curfew to stay in line with the governor's order, which is from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. except for essential travel. Mississippi lawmakers have a date set on when to return to the state capitol. The legislature will reconvene on May 18th. For the first time in the state's 202-year history, the legislative session was suspended due to COVID-19. A big concern for legislators will be the impact the coronavirus has had on the state's budget. The next budget year begins July 1st. Lieutenant Governor Delbert Hosemann and House Speaker Philip Gunn made the decision to suspend the session back in March. They also made the decision on when to return to the Capitol. Mobile COVID-19 testing comes to Tupelo today. The Mississippi State Department of Health set up a site in the Bancorp South Arena parking lot. Anyone who wanted to be tested had to meet certain requirements, such as having symptoms, and they also had to schedule an appointment in advance. Members of the Mississippi Army National Guard were on site throughout the day in a support role.
Most of the time, people will look at the National Guard, and we have both a federal mission and a state mission. And this is one of those moments where we get to actually execute and support the state on our state mission.
There are 4 Army and Air National Guard teams helping the State Department of Health with mobile testing sites. There are now over 6,000 positive COVID-19 cases in Mississippi. The Mississippi Department of Health is reporting 183 new cases today. 2 new deaths are also being reported. Not listed in today's numbers, Knoxville County Coroner R.L. Calhoun confirms that county's first death. There are now more than 229 coronavirus deaths in the state. 63,000 people have been tested in Mississippi for the virus. In West Alabama, Pickens County now has 48 cases of COVID-19, while Lamar County has seen 9. Over 73,000 have been tested in Alabama. 4 inmates inside the state's prison system have tested positive for the coronavirus. 2 of those inmates were being housed at the Winston Choctaw County Regional Correctional Facility. The Mississippi Department of Corrections says the other inmates are at Parchman. There are some tests pending at other facilities. MDOC has provided masks to all inmates and correctional staff. Other measures are being done to improve sanitary conditions and have also been taken. Visitation remains suspended and employee screening continues.
A view with our Off Insurance Camera Network here on our Monday afternoon. We have some overcast conditions, some higher clouds drifting on in. We're still mild. It's going to be a great evening, but we do have some higher clouds across the region. The moisture is staying in the clouds, and the moisture reaching the ground is way back to the northwest. We don't have to worry about that. So if you're heading out this evening in West Point, it's looking pretty good. 8 o'clock, 65 degrees. By 10 o'clock, 60, low 50s in many spots here later on tonight. And as we get into tonight, you can see temperatures generally in the 50s, so not as cool as what we had this morning. Low to mid 40s this morning, pushing 80 on our Tuesday, but some storms and some rain possible tomorrow night. We'll have more on that in just a few minutes.
President Trump approves a federal disaster declaration for flooding in Clay County. The flooding event happened February 10th through the 18th. This public assistance grant program is to help reimburse local governments for work performed during the disaster timeline. 13 other counties are included in the declaration, including Attala, Carroll, and Grenada counties. MEMA believes the damages in the state are at least $50 million. Columbus police are investigating a possible retaliatory shooting that's connected to a homicide. The first shooting happened April 20th in the 1600 block of 5th Street South. 20-year-old Xavier Johnson died at the scene. Columbus Police Chief Fred Shelton says the gunfire started after an argument. Tyler Blackwell is charged with murder. Now investigators say a family member of Blackwell's was targeted by gunfire late last week. Shelton confirms there is an active investigation into that second shooting. and no arrest has been made. Lowndes County Coroner Greg Merchant says Johnson died of multiple gunshot wounds. An Okolona man is facing drug charges after being arrested at an Amory hotel. 49-year-old Calvin Baskin is charged with possession of marijuana, ecstasy, and cocaine, along with contraband delivered to an inmate. Monroe County deputies and North Mississippi Narcotics Task Force agents helped investigate the case. Baskin's bond was revoked due to being out on a previous felony bond. He remains in jail. This school year isn't ending the way most seniors had wanted, but we're giving them a little recognition. Meet a couple of members of the class of 2020 when we come back.
You're watching WCBI's News at 6 with Joey Barnes.
Welcome back, everyone. Your senior year in high school is filled with many milestones. Unfortunately for the class of 2020, their senior year was flipped upside down due to COVID-19. Now, WCBI is recognizing every graduate for their hard work in our senior spotlight. Our Quentin Smith has the story.
For the past few years, Joshua Aka has walked the halls here at Starkville High School, but the doors are now locked and the school is closed, bringing an abrupt end to an illustrious high school career. From making big-time plays on the football field to being crowned homecoming king, Aka's senior year was definitely becoming one to remember.
The memories that I created this football season were some things that I never forget. Another highlight was the opportunities that I was presented in school. I was one of 15 students to be in the MSU Early Honors Shackles College, and that was an experience that made me a whole lot better as a student athlete.
But COVID-19 has now taken away the last few weeks of high school Aka had with his friends, senior prom, and walking across the stage to receive his diploma.
I was lost for words because, you know, that's what you work towards, especially at my age. You see past classes walk on the stage, and that's something that everybody looks forward to in their life.
Aka recently signed a football scholarship with East Mississippi Community College and says he was looking forward to finishing the year being in the top 10% of his class and graduating with a 4.0.
It's kind of bittersweet, but every memory that I created with my friends, my coaches, my teachers, it's something that I never forget.
The reality of an uncompleted senior year is a disappointing feeling for Emma Kate Sparks, who attended Saltillo High School.
I actually got selected to be on the Hall of Fame, so it was kind of sad and disappointing not to be able to go and spend the day taking pictures with all my friends for the yearbook. So that was kind of a bummer.
Sparks was involved in several clubs at SHS and was on the dance team, but she had no idea that her last day at the high school would truly be her last day.
I remember I called my mom and I was like, I really want to check out early if that would be okay. And she was like, no, you're going to stay the whole day. So I ended up staying the whole day, and the whole time I was just counting down the minutes trying to get out of there.
Sparks' high school plans to have a prom and a graduation for seniors at a later date. The soon-to-be graduate says she appreciates school leaders going the extra mile to make the senior class feel special.
It definitely will be one to remember for sure. Probably not in the same typical ways that people normally remember their senior year, but it'll definitely be one that I tell my grandkids and all the future people.
If you would like to have someone you know featured in our Senior Spotlight, just click on the tab on our website. Well, thanking those on the front lines, that's what's expected to draw dozens of people to a Columbus hospital. WCBI's Scott Martin joins us live from Baptist Memorial Golden Triangle with a look at tonight's parking lot parade. Scott?
Yeah, Joey, well, you know, we're all trying to find a way that we can somehow give back, and tonight is a pretty special way to do so. Now, behind me, the parking lot right now at Baptist Memorial Golden Triangle, it looks pretty empty, but in about 30 minutes or less, it is expected to be full of people from the community to come out here and show support for our fellow healthcare workers. Now, it's called the Parking Lot Appreciation Parade. Our healthcare workers, they're putting in countless hours risking their health throughout this coronavirus pandemic. one of the organizers, Chelsea Austin, I spoke with her earlier today. She said she got the idea after seeing similar things in other cities. Now, Columbus, it's dubbed the friendly city, and she said, why not do it here?
It works, and us as a community, if we all come together, special things can happen. And so I truly believe that Columbus, Mississippi is a great community, and I just am so thankful for everyone that has wanted to participate and come tonight.
We actually just saw someone drive up a while ago asking where to go to show their support. You're encouraged to come out here with posters, to sing songs of worship, clap, chant, turn on your hazard lights. You do have to stay in your car. That is the one rule here. But come out here and let's show some appreciation for our healthcare workers. Reporting live tonight in Columbus, Scott Martin, WCBI News.
All right, thanks, Scott. A good event and a perfect evening to do it.
Yeah, we have a few high clouds, no rain. That's certainly good news. We've had a lot of rain this month of April. Joey, look at this. Columbus, Tupelo, and Starkville. No surprise here. A top 10 wettest April. The hits just keep on coming. Another chance of rain tomorrow night. Your full forecast is next.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
I hope you had a great weekend. A lot of sunshine out there over the last few days, even for most of today. Earlier today, you can see in Louisville, Mississippi, Vernon, Durham's Pharmacy right there, Tupelo and Columbus, a lot of sun. Then those higher clouds were streaming on in, and now we are basically overcast. But no rain expected tonight. A mix of sunny clouds tomorrow. A chance for morning storms Wednesday. Bright sunshine returns Thursday. And I tell you what, friends, it's looking great for the end of this week. Now, let's talk about tomorrow night and Wednesday morning. We do have a chance for some strong to severe storms. But let me just show you this. The most unstable air tomorrow afternoon is going to be back to the west. That's where all this color is. There will be a cold front coming on in. And right along that front, there will be a line of storms forming by mid to late afternoon. Now, if that happens to form, most likely it's going to go into that unstable air. It won't be as unstable here. So we suspect if those storms do happen to come our way tomorrow night, they would tend to be on the weaker side of the equation, not necessarily as strong. Gusty wind, heavy rainfall. We are in this level 1 threat here for tomorrow night. That would be after midnight. Now, that's not guaranteed. We'll watch it. We'll just see how things come together here. But in general, at this point, it doesn't look like a horrific or horrible scenario for us. And we'll just keep you updated. Low 70s across the board here. As of 6:21, the air is very dry. Dew points into the 40s. And that should allow temperatures to cool down into the lower 50s later tonight. Here's our city-by-city forecast for our Tuesday. 79 in Tupelo. A mix of clouds and sunshine. 79 in Columbus. 78 or so in Starkville. Maybe 80 degrees. And also around 80 here for you in the West Alabama. Winds from the south at about 10 to 15. Low 80s. Jackson, Meridian, 84. Hattiesburg, 79. In Birmingham. Speaking of the clouds, there they are coming on in tonight. The moisture, though, stays back to the west. As we go throughout the course of the night into tomorrow morning, we'll likely wake up to some clouds here on our day Tuesday. A mix of sunny clouds during the day. We mentioned that line of storms is beginning to form tomorrow afternoon. Here is late in the evening. A big batch of storms likely building down into Louisiana and Texas with that unstable air. And we may get a little bit of a broken line or maybe not as strong a line here tomorrow night into early Wednesday. Something we'll watch out for. Most of that heavy weather goes away to our east by Wednesday afternoon. Here's your AccuWeather 70 forecast looking great. Tomorrow, morning storms Wednesday, and then the sun returns Thursday through the weekend. Comfortable Thursday, Friday, but we're back into the 80s here, summer-like Saturday and Sunday.
A lot of familiar faces on the softball diamond for Mississippi State next season. We'll have more on the seniors returning to Starkville next in sports.
With Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Head coach Samantha Ricketts in Mississippi State softball taking full advantage of senior athletes gaining an extra year of eligibility due to their season being cut short. The Bulldogs will be returning 30% of its offense, as well as a key piece to the pitching rotation. Seniors Fale Lua, Candace Dennis, Christian Quinn, and Alyssa Loza announcing on their social media accounts they'll be returning to Mississippi State. Senior second baseman Lindsey Williams, the only senior to choose not to return to Starkville this upcoming year. Sticking with the softball diamond, former Moorville Lady Trooper and ICC softball Summer Kreider will continue her career with Delta State. Before the coronavirus pandemic cut her season short, Kreider batted a blistering .429 with 10 RBIs on 12 base hits. Kreider led the Indians in home runs as a freshman in 2019. She'll be joining teammate Hope Harbin at Delta State. ICC not done just yet, signing athletes to the next level. Women's basketball all-region guard Tabria Gandy signing with Prairie View A&M to continue her hoops career. The Starkville native led the Lady Indians in scoring with 11.7 per game, adding 4 double-doubles this past season. Along with her all-region selection, Gandy was named to the MACJC All-North Division team. Her ICC teammate Keely Wilson also signing with Alabama State as well. That's it for sports. We'll have the last of your forecast next.
One chance for some rain here over the next 7 days. It would appear the best chance will be early Wednesday, really after midnight tomorrow night, Wednesday morning. Some showers and storms moving on through. And then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We close out April. We get into May, the first weekend of May, looking very summer-like temperatures in the 80s. Joey, can you believe it? I may have to use my AC for the first time this year.
86, just the beginning, right?
Oh, it is, yes. It's coming.
All right, thanks, Keith. Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a great night.